hope you are tuned in to Safe Space Talks Mind Mastery every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Take a half an hour away from being glued to the glass and get your mind right.
Greetings. Welcome to Safe Space Talks Mind Mastery one more time and again. And I'm your girl, your good girlfriend, Nigeria Anderson, your host. And so today we're going to have like another great session, right? And we are in May, Mental Health Awareness Month, but I promise you, I'm not going to speak on what everyone else is talking about. At Safe Space Talks, we do things a little different. We're sharing what to do, not you should do, but what to do. Season 6 has been the season of do the work, and I'm excited to hear good reports of most of you doing the work. Salute. Thank you for paying attention, listening to little old me, you know. Thank you. Thank you. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm glad that the information that I share is helpful and that you're benefiting from it. And that is the point, the whole point of this show. So I want you to begin to care about yourself and your well-being. Again, it's important. And when we're not taking care of ourselves, how are we taking care of others? And so it's important to think about you first. It's not selfish. Remember the airplane? You put the oxygen over yourself and then you go help somebody else. So again, season 6 has been, dedicated to doing the work, creating a wiser version of yourself, a warmer version of yourself, leaving anxiousness and bitter and broken and depressed and anxiousness out of here. And we're going to close the year out being healthier, wealthier, and wiser. My God, stick with me. See, I told you, got to be around friends who can help you out, give you good advice, wise counsel. Wise. So, we've been addressing the root problems and key suspects to why many of us experience medical issues and trauma. And I have a great knowledge about what I'm talking about on this channel. If not, I would not be here. And I just want to say thank you guys for dealing with me and my nervousness. This is not my niche to sit on YouTube, have a YouTube channel. I keep telling y'all this was an assignment from the Lord. And so I feel I've gotten a little better sitting here, got some different tools and things to try to keep me focused. But thank you, because I do get nervous when I'm on here talking to this camera. But I do better when I have guests. But this was a season the Lord was like, you're not having any guests. I need you to stay focused and help people how to really identify the issues so that they can be better. And so that's what I'm doing. And so I just want to say thank you, because some days I got it, some days I don't. Some days I'm just like, oh, again. So I'm thankful, and I'm glad that y'all not so worried about looking at me, but that the information that I'm sharing has actually sustained the channel. Again, I'm glad about the growth. I mean, who knew? Who knew? I didn't. So we can't keep going in the wrong direction. At some point, right? Y'all know I'm all about growth and maturity. At some point, we have to get this thing right. And with all the changes being made in healthcare, it is important that you know how to get your life right. I love that. We're going to change it for season 7, but I had to keep it for season 6. We are in 2026 with GPT, AI, Google, YouTube, and sending people to the moon. At some point, we're going to have to learn how to eat right, exercise, and take our vitamins. There's too much information out here for us to be sickly. And listen, I'm not trying, and I don't want you to have to depend on Trump RX or pay these high medical bills. And I'm sure we can find a better use of our money, like taking a vacation, so we not stressed out, so we not comfort eating. And I come from that. I was that. I'm not that no more. Woo woo for me, right? This is why I can say and talk about what and talk my talk, because I've been there, done that, so I know you can do it, because I did it. So welcome to Safe Space Talks My Mastery. I'm your friend, like I said earlier, your good girlfriend, Nigeria. And for my new people and the new people subscribing to the channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's buckle up. The root cause behind every illness, I will keep repeating it until it sinks in. Besides it being hereditary, I want to inform you that the two medical declines that you deal with are related to two simple things: stress and a poor immune system. Now, when these two things are present, or one or the other, then that's when depression comes in, anxiety, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart issues, pain, headaches, etc. begin to present themselves. And these are the signs, right? These are signs and symptoms we now know we must pay attention to. Doesn't mean it's an emergency, but it's something that we should acknowledge and then pay attention to, meaning that if it continues beyond 2 weeks, right, then we probably should see a doctor, okay? Now, today we're going to talk about the lymphatic system. Like I said, a poor immune system. And the lymphatic system is something that helps us out. So let's talk. What is the lymphatic system? It is a vital part of the immune and circulatory system, acting as the body's drainage and filtration network. It consists of vessels, nodes, and organs that collect excess fluid, the lymph, from tissues, removes waste and bacteria, and return the filtered fluid to the bloodstream. Now, key components and functions of the lymphatic system: fluid balance. It collects 20 liters of plasma daily that leak from the blood vessels, returning it to the blood to maintain volume. It is the immune defense. It produces and transports the lymphatics, white blood cells, to fight infection and filter waste, abnormal cells via the lymph nodes. Fat absorption. Specializes lymph vessels in the intestines, absorbs fats and transfer them to the bloodstream. Key organs. The system includes lymph nodes, the spleen, thalamus, tonsils, and bone marrow. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just basically reading you what what the key components and the function of the lymphatic system does. Now, maybe another day we'll have a real doctor on here to really break it down. So I'm just basically telling you pretty much what it does. Now, how do you tell if your lymphatic system is blocked? Lymphatic congestion or sluggish lymph flows occur when liquid builds up in tissues, commonly causing swelling, lymphedema, fatigue, aching, and heaviness in limbs. You know, you try to lift your arm up and you're like, why I feel so heavy? Your legs and everything. Other symptoms include skin changings like thickening and redness. It can also cause brain fog, chronic sinus infections. So pay attention. Remember I said if something continues to extend its time 2 weeks, so you think it's your sinuses, right? Feels a little different, not too much. Might want to, check that out. Make sure you don't have a chronic sinus infection, which is due to lymphatic congestion. That was good. Just had to kind of break it all down. Stiffness, an increase infections, again, your immune system, as the body struggles to move the toxins, which is the waste, which that's what the lymphatic system is able to do. Now, what is the best drink for the lymphatic drainage? The best drink for lymphatic drainage is warm lemon water. So those people who in the morning, the first thing you do, you might want to have a little lemon water, which aids in hydration, liver function, and reduces fluid buildup. So you get up in the morning, have a little lemon water, it gives you hydration, liver cleans out your liver a little bit, reduces fluid buildup. Other effective options include dandelion tea, ginger tea, green tea, and fresh nutrient packet juices. Okay, I don't trust those. So all the fresh stuff I do, like celery juice, cucumber juice, or cucumber water. I have a friend, she does that. It tastes pretty good. She got me on it a little bit. Proper daily hydration is crucial, and cucumbers are excellent for hydration. Now, as the lymph fluid requires water to more efficiently help clean out, doesn't mean you have to overdo it. Okay, just, drink your water, your lemon water. Cucumbers is good if you're not a heavy water drinker and you're not allergic to cucumbers. Because, here I like to say we all can't do the same things because some people are allergic to things. Some people don't even like things. Like I don't like okra, not eating okra. You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure out what's going to be best for you in your diet and what you're going to choose to purchase. You're in charge of buying the food, then you have to include these things in the next grocery list. Now, the best foods for the lymphatic drainage include hydration, nutrients, nutrient dense, and anti-inflammatory options that reduce swelling and aid in fluid flow. Top choices are leafy greens like spinach and kale, citrus fruits, berries, ginger, turmeric, and garlic. All these should be in everybody's house. Ensuring high water intake and eating healthy fats, salmon, flax seeds also helps improve the movement in your lymph fluids. Now, tips for supporting your lymphatic system. Hydration: drink at least 8 to 10 cups of water daily to maintain lymph fluid flow. Avoid. Now, in season 6, this is the common denominator: processed foods. Avoid processed foods. Now, we know we can't do that. So, we're going to have to do everything in moderation. We're going if you eat processed food Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, don't eat. All right. So, then maybe save it for the weekend. Right? But try not to eat too much processed food because you have to limit sodium. Okay, sodium is no good. It's no good. It's no good. I picked up a bag of chips. The sodium, I think, was 350. That's just high blood pressure waiting to happen. 350 grams of sodium. I think the daily amount, I don't have my thing here with me, but I think the daily amount is 900. I'm not sure, but we don't even want refined sugars, no refined sugars, and unhealthy fats. See, this is what causes all the trouble in our body because that can cause fluid retention and slow down the system, slows down your lymphatic system. And you know what happens when it slows down your lymphatic system? You get swelling and inflammation. And what happens? Then you get arthritis. Then you get this situs. And you get that itis. And then, okay. So eat fiber. Remember I told you wheat tina is good. High fiber foods assist with waste elimination. High fiber foods help with waste elimination. And that's excellent because this is what we got to do. We eat to be healthy, but we want it to eliminate. We don't want to keep it in there and get that gut and all of that. We got to eat and let it eliminate. So now, what unclogs your lymphatic system? Cleansing a clogged lymphatic system involves stimulating the lymph flow through movement, gentle massages, and hydration. How do you keep your lymphatic system healthy? Through movement, light exercise, gentle massages, and hydration. Cucumbers, lemon water, right? As the system lacks a central pump like the heart, key techniques include rebounding, that's jumping up on the trampoline, dry brushing, deep breathing, and alternating hot and cold showers. I love that. I'm gonna tell you, I got into that. That's a thing. That's a thing. I'm gonna interrupt the show for this small clip. This so that I can show you a clip of some basic exercise movements. I hope you enjoy it. Now back to the show. Regular regular. You go to the trampoline parks. If you're young and you can trampoline, okay, and jump around and still jump around. Gentle activity for the older people, walking, combined with proper hydration, is crucial to remove the waste and reduce stagnation. Because of social media, working at home, and being out of work, it has led to overeating, less movement, causing a few medical issues such as overweight, depression, anxiety, and stress. Stress causes harm to your heart and your organs. Stress causes harm to your heart and your organs. What does stress do? Quick quiz, put it in the comments. It causes harm to what? Your heart and your organs. Now, movement and flow. Compression socks are one of the more recent additions to people who travel, who are conscious of swelling and inflammation. People who travel now on planes, you may see them, especially on long flights, wearing compression socks. And compression socks mimic the contraction function of the calf muscle even if you aren't walking around. Compression socks are extremely supportive to keep your legs feeling energized. Likewise, for a long drive, you may want to put on some compression socks. I said traveling, or if you're having swelling in different areas, this can be one of the preventive measures. So, again, keep your legs feeling energized, and especially after a run, people who run, most of the times after they come back, especially people who run marathons, they are pro compression socks. Pregnant women are pro compression socks. And on the job, based on what you do, if you're standing all day and, the socks should have should bring you comfort, keeping your legs energized. Now, the socks are specific. Not one size fits all. We are aware of that. They should have the specialized yarn fabrication that is moisture wicking. Look for that. While discreet airflows vents to keep those toes breezy and your footbed cushioned and to absorb the impact. Compression socks are great and very helpful to prevent ankle swelling. Now, like I said, not all compression socks are the same. So you need to figure out what size you need. Maybe ask your doctor what would be best on your next visit if you're interested in getting you a pair of compression socks, because they are not cheap. They're not your $2 socks on the table or at the dollar store, which they probably now $5 at the dollar store. That once was a dollar store. But anyway, you need to be specific. I think your doctor has to measure your calf to get an idea of what size may be good for you. Again, these socks are not cheap. So, Now, how do you know if you need compression socks? Well, let me share something with you. You ever pull your socks down and you got sock lines on your legs, and you scratching and need lotion, and you rubbing because the lines is on your leg? If you see indents on your ankle or legs after you take your socks off, now listen, don't panic. It is common. It is common unless your socks are too small. Now, see, you think all socks are the same. Isn't this is good information. Y'all think just go buy small, medium, large, right? No. See, these are the things that we have to know. It's small, it sounds like it's insignificant, and it's very important that you're wearing the right socks. That's why I'm your friend, because I'm going to get y'all better. Y'all going to take each note. Y'all going to look back on season 6 and be like, bam, she hit it. Because we finding the root problem. You got to find the root problem to these issues. And you think it's nothing, and it's everything. Wearing too small socks, and now your ankle's swelling, you got inflammation, and you wondering, ooh, what's wrong with me? Your socks too small. Men and women. All right. And check your child. You take the baby sock off, and it's all these indents on the baby. Poor little baby. The little baby leg got sock lines. The socks too small. All right. I know me and my rants. I'm passionate about this. I love y'all. So how are you really taking care of yourself? From the head to toe, you got to take care of yourself. And I want y'all to stop ignoring these small red flags, simple things. Again, 2 weeks extra, you dealing with something, it's lasting longer than 2 weeks. What do? You go see a doctor. What does stress do? It harms the heart. What does all of this mean? It means don't panic, like I said, but it means you might have to just pay attention to it. Now, people who bathe, this is important. When I take a shower or a bath, that's the time you should be doing your physical check. I mean, that I use it for that. And most men and women know to look for lumps underneath their arms, breast cancer, or any different kind of lumps. But not just there. You got to feel your legs, your butt, look at your ankles, see if there's any discoloring in your body in any area that you might have to pay attention to. Look at yourself. You got to look at yourself. You got to feel around when you're taking a shower and a bath. I don't care. You got to check yourself. You need to be checking yourself. Can't see behind? Bring a mirror. You need to be doing your own inspection. All right. Your feet. Look at the bottom of your feet. Pick your feet up. Look at the bottom of it while you're cleaning it. Clean your feet in between your toes. You got it behind your ears, your belly button. You got to pay attention to everything. Do you see any skin changes, any lumps, bumps? And I hope we are all doing the breast checks. Oh, you got to do it. And everything I said is for everybody. I have had a 25-year-old say thank you to me for saying in the last video when I was talking about finances, the person was like, I'm over 21. I never thought about investing. I never thought where to put my money. My job does have a 401 match program. Who told them? Who told them? They friend, the good girlfriend, right? I told them. They heard it from here. You know how that makes me feel? That makes me feel good all over. Shout out to Stephanie Mills. You have to stop thinking it's up to somebody else. Nope, it's up to you. You have to do the work. So you have to pay attention to your body. Okay. Sock lines can be an indicator. Blood often pools in your legs. There's a reason. That's why they say when you have a heart issue, what? Put your legs up. Put pillows underneath your legs for circulation. Don't skip leg day. Calf lifts are extremely good for those who are diabetic, who have heart issues, and will get the lymphatic flow flowing. Why? You know, I just learned this too. Them calves are powerful. Your calves are powerful. And you gotta do your calf exercises if you have any diabetic issues, heart issues, and again, to get that lymphatic flow flowing. If you have swelling in your legs and ankles, it might be due to dehydration, and it can lead to sock lines. I hear people say, I don't like water, or I don't like drinking water because it made me go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Listen, your health matters. Drink your water or eat cucumbers, okay? Or I'll find something else that is you can eat that will hydrate you if you really just displeased with water. Because let me tell you something. When you're eating potato chips, salty nuts, salty french fries, take note. Eating a salty meal, especially at a restaurant, because they have to preserve their food, can also cause swelling in your legs and your fingers. So monitor your leg. These are your limbs, your legs and your fingers. These are your limbs. You don't take care of them. All right, so lines are an alert. That's a red flag. The lines are just saying, hey, right? But when are these sock lines a problem? The lines are a problem if the marks are accompanied by other symptoms, weaknesses in your leg or swelling in both legs, whether or not you're wearing socks or you're not wearing socks, but you're seeing swelling in your legs. That's a problem. If this occurs, you should let your doctor know immediately. Immediately. This is also true if you notice high pigmentation near your ankles, large varicose veins, or heaviness, aching, or fatigue in the legs after standing. You standing and now your legs giving out on you, you know. But you know, when you get home, elevate your legs. If you notice that your sock lines only happen on one side of your body, or is much worse on the other leg, right? So, okay, you see your sock lines, but this sock line on my right leg, these sock lines look a little different than the sock lines on my left leg, right? So, pay attention to that. Again, you got to pay attention to these small, simple things. And if so, you have to see a doctor. Now, in serious cases, sock lines that get worse over time can sometimes be a sign of kidney disease or heart failure. This is serious, family. This is why you got to pay attention to some of the most, what you may think is insignificant, but they're red flags and you got to pay attention to it. People who have shortness of breath, they have trouble laying down completely flat when they're sleeping. You know, lay on your bed. When you go to bed, lay on your bed. See if you having any trouble just laying on your back flat. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Many people who see sock lines are quick to assume it's a circulation problem, but that likely isn't the cause. Again, like I said, don't panic. Again, it's when the symptoms prolong and that's when it needs to be addressed. Just having sock lines, I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just trying to alert you to pay attention to it. Some people think it could be related or associated to a blood clot. No. Someone with a blood clot would generally have substantial swelling of the leg or the calf, and there will be pain and potentially redness, soreness. However, these things should prompt you to go see a doctor. If have pain in your calf and your ankles, or you see redness or bruising, again, make calf exercise a thing for you if you have pre-conditioned issues with your heart, diabetes, high blood pressure, the rundown. That's what I say. It's the rundown. Go see your doctor. Now, how do you know what to say to your doctor? Because what do I tell y'all? We ask second and third level questions. So when you go and you believe something is going on in your legs, because you was like, Nigeria said, go see a doctor. So when you go see the doctor, you potentially need to get an ultrasound for evaluation. A vascular Doppler ultrasound assesses blood flow in the veins and arteries. That's what you should request. And remember, if they're giving you a hard time, you ask for what? Put it in the chat. Because we're not going to spend all this money. We got to wait. We already got to wait a month or two just to get an appointment. Make that appointment count, family. Don't get there and be like, okay, thank you. No, sit down. Let's talk about this now. So this has been going on with me. This is what I'm asking you. Okay? So remember, you got to make sure you know what you're talking about. Again, and it can be in your arms, your legs, arms, whatever. But if you suspect any issues of swelling in your legs because you was paying attention to your sock lines, then you ask for an ultrasound for vascular, so that they will be able to identify. And that's the problem. We don't know what to ask. We go to the doctor, we think they know. Some of them just got out of school. Some of them just hired because there's a shortage. And ask me how I know. What happened during COVID, when they just snatched all the medical students out of college and was like, hey, we need you ASAP. We ain't even got time. You got a job. How easy we forget. The best kind of socks are the ones you find most comfortable and fit. And as I mentioned, you can consider compression socks. Not everybody need compression socks, but you need socks for your size. Okay? And they should fit comfortably, not tight. Okay? Again, any preconditioned issues with, with heart, blood pressure, kidney issues, compression socks will help. But your compression socks cannot be too tight. Okay, you have tall socks, short socks, but any of the socks you choose should be nice fitting, so the fluid won't be settling in your legs. So remember that. And if you do have a preconditioned health issue, maintain self-care, elevate your legs, wear compression socks, and prioritize diet and light exercise. I told y'all I'm not a gym rat. So light movement, calf exercises are very key if you're dealing with if you have these issues. And if you don't, make sure your socks are just, comfortable to wear. I'm here to say it is time to be a doer and not just a hearer, or you're going to end up with unnecessary medical bills. I don't want that for you. Now, if you're on medication and feel like, well, it's too late, Nigeria, I've been on these pills, the doctor said, it's not too late to begin the journey of reversal. I feel, my God, I said it's not too late to get on the journey of reversal. Where my saints? Can y'all get in the chat and just be like, amen, amen, amen? Because the medication is only taking care of the symptoms. It's not really trying to get rid of the problem. But you can get rid of the problem if you exercise, change your diet, and do what you're supposed to do. Well, I hope that helps somebody. You have to pay attention to your body and your mind and know what you're thinking about. Think about you a little more. Take care of you a little more. Be sensitive to you a little more. And then you won't let people take advantage of you and mishandle you. So happy Mental Health Month, because we going to take care of ourselves. The weather is warm, so get out, get some sun, sit outside at least 5 to 10 minutes. Let the sun, get on you. Wear your skin, your sunblock, and your sunglasses. Wear long sleeves if the sun is a bit too much for you. Take a walk around the track near you. Go to a YMCA. Take pool lessons. Come on, guys. Find a hobby and get your mind right. And everything is not a medical emergency if you take the time to not make it one. If God says the same, I will see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. I love me some y'all.